Hello everyone, I'm Kunal and I'm here to interview Milind from Migration Zone. Hi Milind, welcome.
Hi Kunal, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us. Uh, Milind, here we are just to know about your business. What do you do and how do you help your customers with migration? So let's start. First of all, I'm very curious about your background. You come from an IT background, you came to Australia and then you decided to become a migration agent. Tell us about your journey and why did you decide to do this?
Yeah, so basically what happened was um, my background, my master's degree is in IT. And afterwards, I have been around all around the world providing IT consulting. And when finally I decided to come here, settle down in Australia, I used to go to India multiple times. And people used to ask me, hey, how I can come there? And so that time I thought, hey, if I can tell people what are the really good options are, so I'm helping them out and I'm providing them the real information what they are looking for in place of giving them the false hope. So the main purpose was like we got so much skills in India and the people, if they can get exposure, if they can get the people who can give them the information which is really helpful for them, and if they can take actions on basis of that, that time it will be helpful for them to come to Australia and settle down like me. So that's where I completed my course here in Australia and registered with the MARA as a registered migration agent.
Nice, and that's a very interesting story. And I also know that recently you have focused a lot on your ISO certifications. Tell us about that journey.
Agreed. So what is happening is while doing the migration thing, and we always look into the quality part of it. So inside our company, we always had that quality process or quality manual, and we used to follow it. But then that time I thought if we have got everything, why not get it audited from a third party? And using that ISO 9001, one of the best thing comes out is you can look into it that our standards are as per whatever the international standards are. So we can follow that and we can provide better services to our clients in place of competing with other people who might not have that certification. So the process is quite grilling. Like you have to put a lot of time and a lot of efforts to put those manuals together, to put those process together and follow those process to get that ISO certification. But that has
Nice.
helped us our client, and it is always like it help your business as well, because earlier, like after providing services, we never ask our client, hey, how they are doing, but now we are asking that, and always sometimes many times we get a positive thing, but some small suggestions can help you to improve our services which we are providing to our clients.
Correct. And learning is the way to go, right? We just have to keep learning and improving on a very regular basis.
That is right.
Now that you have been in this industry for so long, what are the challenges that people face while coming to Australia?
One of the biggest challenge comes out is when you are overseas, sometimes you are trying to find out from your friends, your family, or you are reaching out. If you can reach out to the registered migration agents overseas, that's really good because that time they are actually giving you the proper information. But if you are reaching out to someone who is not registered, then that becomes problematic. Yes, if you get reaching out to the lawyers overseas as well, who knows the immigration process, then it is good. But many times, the people do not get actual information. Okay, and so I got few cases where the information was provided was not correct, and so their visa got rejected. Or many times they heard something about it, but they don't know full process, and so they provide little bit of information, or they apply for wrong type of visa, which is not really good for whatever the outcome they are looking for. So going with any registered migration agent or the lawyer who is specialized into immigration area, that time actually they can get actual information what is required. So one of the difference people need to understand that it is when you are going to any professionals, you don't want to hear what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, because that helps you to reach out what actually you want to reach out.
Finally, now we know that a lot of Indian migrations is happening to Australia, but we all struggle with not having our parents here. So, how can parents stay longer with their kids who are coming from overseas?
Yeah, so on that one, we help a lot of our skilled migrants who are already here, who might have their PR or who might have their citizenship here, and they want to get their parents. So many times, and see, the visa process is not too difficult. You can apply yourself as well. But during that process, you might have different questions. Okay, I want to my parent to be here for only 3 months. Or so normally when we talk to the people, we ask them how much time you want your parents to be here. Okay, if suppose someone says I want them to be here for 3 4 years or 5 5 years, then there is a different type of category of visas which they can apply for. If they want to be like between 3 months to 1 year, there might be a different type of visa they can apply for. So information is available if you have got a time and if you've got expertise, if you can read and you can follow the instructions, you can find out more information on Department of Home Affairs website. But otherwise, make sure that you contact someone. It is because one of the things which we find a lot is going to the pub and getting an advice, which is not advisable because whatever the situation the other person is, not necessarily you or your parents are in the same situation. So that is the things many times people just completely forget when they give the advice. And officially also, if you're not registered here or if you're not a lawyer here in Australia, you cannot give them immigration advice as well. So people need to keep that thing in mind. Like if you're trying to go to the professionals and get that advice.
And Milind, we already know that there are a lot of changes happening with the migration laws. There are new things coming up. So what's the best way for people to educate themselves? And then what is the best way to engage a professional like you?
Indeed. So our website is there, www.migrationzone.com, or they can give us a call on 0291263359. Other thing is always that migration rules, regulations, act keep on changing. Okay, so if you do not have time, sufficient time, I got like a lot of professionals as my clients as well, and they are doing really, really well. They are very intelligent. It is not that they cannot find out about it, but do you have got sufficient time to go through it, look into it? While that's our day-to-day activity, we have to keep upset. We are subscribing to the necessary library, whatever the rules regulations coming in, we have to keep up to date. If you can do it, if you think you're confident of doing that, go for it. But main thing is the time commitment, and because rules keep on changing, okay, or the information which is coming, you have to keep up to date with latest information. So that's where the professionals come into the picture, and that is going to help you to achieve whatever the output you are looking for.
Milind, I think that was a very good brief overview about you and your business. I'm sure our audience would like to reach out to you if they find this relevant. So all the best with this. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Kunal. Thanks a lot.